Hello, hello, and welcome to the Be the CEO of Your Life live show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Yvonne of Amazing Self Coaching, and I help driven business owners to elevate their business to the next level of success, next level of income. And I do this by helping you to get your focus back so you actually gain time and it allows you to enjoy your life and business more. And I'm very stoked because today here in the live show with me is Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
And Michelle has done something incredible and she's going to tell you all about it. But first, would you mind introducing yourself, Michelle, to the people that are watching or listening?
Sure. My name is Michelle Puzzo. I am the president and co-founder of Your Community Cares.
Excellent. Okay. So we were chatting a bit earlier and I really love what you do. And I heard it's so funny how things always come together, right? But so I was talking to my mom yesterday, who is 80, and she struggles to walk, right? So I don't live close by. So when we're going to visit her, we're gonna look for something that helps her walk. But I think this is something that really kind of, you know, is something you help people with. So tell me a bit about how did you go about it, and how did it start?
Sure. I actually went to UConn, the University of Connecticut, for physical therapy. So I've been doing physical therapy for over 20 years. So I saw the needs of my patients that had mobility issues, whether they were older adults or people were disabled due to surgery or an illness. And I realized that they just needed more help in their homes. They couldn't pay for private caregivers. And I thought, what if they could be connected to their neighbors to improve community connections? And that's what we did. My co-founder, MD Birmingham, we created Your Community Cares to connect neighbors to neighbors when people need help.
Right. I really love it because I love it on so many levels. It's first of all, it's you're helping the people who need mobility. And on the other hand, you're also helping people to bring, it's a great feeling when you can help someone. That's for starters. But it's also a great thing when you get to know your neighbors better. Um,
Absolutely.
and what better way to do it all in one? So I really love it. So I'm showing the website of your organization here. And where does it happen? Is it only in one place or is it all over?
So we are currently able to operate in any state in the United States. We
Oh,
are really hoping to grow on a global scale. We are right now focusing mostly on Connecticut and Massachusetts due to funding. So we are working on the funding model, getting into a couple of municipal budgets, getting grants, private donations, sponsors, but we do have the opportunity to become, a foundation for a for-profit business because we are a tax deduction. We have the opportunity for investors that want to have a tax deduction as well. Investing in our organization is really investing in this population of people that need help
I love it.
across the country and across the world. This demographic of people need more help. And that's what our organization is trying to provide them with free resources, which are their neighbors.
I love it. I really love it. And it would be great if it would be global. Like I said, my mom, but she's in the Netherlands. She would need it as well. And I'm pretty sure that around here where I live in The Hague, it would be a very welcome thing. But you're raising an important point, right? You need funds to get this off the ground. So what if I would be interested in sponsoring or investing? What would my money help you to achieve?
So our funding right now goes towards the background checks, insurance, and the technology. So as we all know, to grow as a nonprofit, as a technology nonprofit, there is organizational in programming expenses. But right now we have no staff. It's all 100% volunteer. We're all very passionate about helping this population. But in time, we would love to grow to staff, and that investment would be investing in the staff that could help to continue to grow this nationwide and then beyond, hopefully.
Right. Okay. I love that thought. And how, you didn't, it's already quite big, but you didn't start this big. So why do you do this?
So my, from a personal point of view, my grandmother lived to be 99, and I saw how much it took the family to take care of her. And then I saw my patients that didn't have a family support. And I thought, there are so many people out there that are living alone, or now with COVID-19, climate change, all the different changes in the world, people living longer without financially being ready for that. Not everybody has saved to be, into their 80s and 90s. So I just really want to help this population.
I hear you, and I think it's very true. It's almost as if our health is kind of going quicker. The improvement in our health and the duration of our lives has become longer, which is in a way great, but in a way it isn't, because it's almost as if we as society and we as people aren't ready for it. But that's what, yeah.
Yeah, there are about 10,000 people every day turning 65. So that we are setting ourselves up for the next 10, 20 years where a technology platform maybe today people aren't as technology savvy in their 80s, but in another 10, 20 years, when this becomes an overwhelming problem in society, that's why we really believe that a virtual platform, our proprietary virtual platform, would be ideal to help serve those people that are living in a 2-story home and they can no longer do the laundry in the basement.
Yeah.
You're recovering from a surgery and you can't take your trash out. The little things that a neighbor could help with.
Yeah, I love it. And the thing is also, the reality is that many of us don't know our neighbors anymore. And everybody's busy. We don't see each other as often. So this is a great way. I don't think that people are unwilling to help. It's just, it's not always out there, the possibility.
Right. We make volunteering very efficient. You're connecting within your town. You can go outside of your town if you wish to, but we make it convenient for volunteers that they pick the opportunities that fit into their schedule, so that they don't have to go, at a certain time. They pick whatever works for their schedule. And that's where our technology really, you can't see it on the public side, but on the private side, we really have worked hard to map this all out to make it very convenient for the volunteers.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So I'm just going to show the website, because people can go here, they can learn about the organization, they can donate, they can sponsor, they can invest, and basically they can also sign up to become a volunteer, or also when they need help.
Yep. So all of the referrals can be done. We have the opportunity for human service departments. They could enroll those people that don't have access to technology and don't have the internet. It could be a healthcare worker, that a discharge planner from a hospital or a rehab department. Once they're being discharged, we have the opportunity for people to get enrolled in many ways. They can call us, they can go online on the website, or a trusted advocate can sign them up as well.
I love it. Yeah, I'm thinking about my mom and how she operates the iPad and the lack of patience she has. That's mainly it. I always say, don't push another button. Give it a couple of seconds, please, before you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of, from the variety of what kind of tablet are you on? Are you on a phone? Are you on a computer? There are a lot of user experiences that we are trying to help streamline the experience for people, because we know if you have technology, Let's help you use it. And that's where our volunteers are also going in to help teach that technology. And so that's really rewarding when we can get somebody to run their own profile and then schedule their own deeds. They really feel accomplished as a result.
Yeah, and from my own experience, I think an outsider might sometimes be better than a family member.
That's true. That is true sometimes. You're absolutely right. Sometimes from my medical background, I'm able to approach it in a way that is a little bit different from a family member. So I think that is useful. You're right.
Yeah, it does help. So I think many people that are watching this, and I saw somebody who's actually, Lourdes, she is part of the program, right?
Yes, she is.
So that's amazing. Sorry, go on.
So in Connecticut, she's part of our community assistance team in Clinton, Connecticut. And so what's really exciting about this program is that the Clinton Police Department and their Human Services Department recognized that they wanted a better way to help their older adults. So they were searching for the perfect platform to help connect their older adults. So they found us, yourcommunitycares.org, and realized that our website would be a great way for their residents to get signed up and linked to their neighbors. And they raised the money because really each participant cost our organization about $100. With the background checks, the insurance, and the technology, each participant is about $100. And so that's a big expense. We have already over 700 participants on our platform. So you can imagine the expense directly to us. And so they decided to raise the funds to help cover the cost in their town with a nonprofit in that town. So that's a really interesting way for a community not to use just municipal money, but to look outside of that and say, hey, to the Rotary Club, to the Families Helping Families. And they also went to a bank to get donations to cover the cost of the program. And so it's a really innovative way in Clinton, and we're excited to be part of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I love it. So one of the things is you're saying we might turn it into a business one day, right? But as a business owner, and I've got a lot of business owners watching, so I hear a couple of things that are important. One, I heard you say gifts are tax deductible, right? Mm-hmm. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're watching and you find this a good cause, please donate, please get involved, because it's going to help you and it's helping the society. The other thing that I hear you say is actually that you've got an amazing community, because it always starts small, but you've already raised it, and you already say, well, you're quite active in 2 states, but you're going to expand nationally and you already have global plans. Now, what would you say can we learn from you and your organization as a business owner if we want to, expand our community? Give us some insights.
Well, the first thing is you have to be passionate about what you're doing, right? So the first thing is you have to love what you're doing. And I can't be here without obviously the support, but we have tried to be the most efficient. I mean, obviously being 100% volunteer is a very efficient way of growing an organization. We have pro bono professionals that are helping us literally globally, that believe in also supporting this demographic of people that are in need. And then the next stage is figuring out the key personnel that we need for staffing to help us continue to grow. We want to grow into an app. We want to have a call center so that we can provide technology for people, working with some of the state area agencies on aging, and also the aging and disability in Connecticut. So we have a lot of plans of the ways that we would like to be growing as an organization. But the first thing is being as efficient as possible so that we can reduce the cost of any staffing to be efficient.
Right. So hold on. I'm trying to show that also. So basically, the efficiency and be efficient and cost effective. That's really a great thing.
Yeah, we want people to be able to see that their donations are going to help support the people that are in need, and we're not. We're really trying to streamline that as much as possible. We're as transparent as can be, in all ways.
I love
We're
it.
only 2.5 years old, so we're still in our infancy. We're like a startup technology company, but as a nonprofit. So we're in a very interesting space.
I love it. So basically, Michelle, I can imagine we already set a date in our calendar now for meeting in 2 years, and then global. And then I'm saying, hey, I've helped my neighbor through your organization as well.
Yeah, people could have a really positive impact. And that's what our name is. Your Community Cares. The letter U stands for you. The letter R stands for R. You are your community. That we're all here to make a positive impact if you choose to. And that's the way to help support those people that have helped us all of those years, grandparents, aunts, uncles, the people that have helped support us and grow us into adults.
I love it. I love it. So when you say be passionate about what you do, you said that's where it starts, right? And you got volunteers as well. I think one of the things is that I was thinking about this a while back when I heard that a volunteer organization raised millions. And I thought about it because I work with business owners who sometimes struggle to attract clients. But it's not just being passionate about what you do, but it's also, if I listen to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're passionate about what you do, you believe in it, you've got a story, you personally have some experience as well. You most likely, if people know you, I take it you talk about it a lot wherever you can.
A little bit, yep.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Yeah, but all these things, they make a large difference, don't they?
Oh, yes. Well, because a lot of people have experiences in their own life, and they can recognize it's usually not until it happens to you. So now that you have an aging parent, you're more aware of the deficits that can occur in older adults. It's not until it happens to you a lot of times that people don't realize that there are people out there in the world suffering, and we can see this on TV, but a lot of times it's not until it hits home that people recognize the problems in the world. And so I've got to go into people's homes every day as a physical therapist and see the needs, and that's really that.
Yeah.
Hearing and talking about it for years really led to all of this.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. And there was also a special date when you started this, wasn't this?
Yeah, and well, my grandmother died in February of 2019, and that same month is when MD Birmingham and I came together and started Your Community Cares as a tribute to her, really.
Yeah, I think so. That's loving. And was she a remarkable woman? Was she an example to you?
She was. She in her later years, she developed macular degeneration and dementia. So in the later years, it was very challenging. She could play some cards, but really it was very difficult for her to do a lot of things. Growing up, she grew up in an orphanage. She was one of 17 kids.
17?
17, yeah. She didn't have a lot of education. She never drove. She really relied on her family. And we all took care of her the best we could. And she's not the only one that's out there that, was brought up in the Depression. And those people are some of them are in nursing homes, some of them are at home with families, and many caregivers are getting burned out. This also offers an opportunity, your community cares, to give some respite care, some relief to those caregivers so they could go out and have a little bit of time off. That's another opportunity for, I forgot to mention that the categories that the volunteers help with are housework, yard work, transportation, and companionship. And we've set those categories with a lot of subcategories, but they're basic chores that anybody could do to help one another. And that being a companion or going to sit with someone that needs a little bit of respite care really helps caregivers that are stressed out.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I know, many caregivers that it's really taking a toll. And it comes with a lot of guilt as well, because people are afraid to say that it's taking toll.
Oh, absolutely. And then you have a lot of older adults that don't want to ask for help, right? So their pride, they don't want to use a walker. They're not old. They don't want to go to the senior center. They don't want to ask for help, but it's okay to ask for help. Everybody needs help sometimes. And this is an opportunity so you don't get hurt. You don't fall down trying to take the trash out. You can ask a neighbor to help you. And we're trying to break down that barrier also, that it's okay to ask for help. There are many resources available now that are able to help. And we're just one of them.
Yeah. I think it's great. And what I also really like is that, for many busy people, and I know people watch this, and they go like, where do I find the time? Because when we talk about volunteering, it's a lot of time that it requires you to invest a lot of time, or otherwise it's no use. But listening to you, I can imagine that you can also donate like smaller amounts of time and people will still be helped. I think that's a big plus as well. Is that indeed the case?
Oh, yes. Yep. The volunteering could be as much or as little as the volunteer wants. So if they wanted to do an hour a week or an hour a month, they go into the website, yourcommunitycares.org, and pick the opportunities that fit into their schedule. And then they decide it might be just a grocery drop off, or it might be a food pantry drop off, or it might be a doctor's appointment. It's whatever they want to do, and it's for as long as they want. If they want to pull weeds and do yard work for 2 hours or an hour, it's up to the volunteer to decide.
I like that a lot. Okay, great. Now, you raised another thing that I think is important, and also for the people who are watching and want to invest. You are very efficient in what you do, and everything you do is cost effective. Talk to me a bit more. So as a business owner, I understand it, or as a potential donor, I also understand what you mean by that.
So we do ask, being a startup on a shoestring budget, we have asked people for a lot of favors, a lot of pro bono work, and we know that's not going to last forever, that we do need funding in order to. Our grant writer that has, in this year alone, we got 7 grants from one Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. It's one of our biggest funders. Our grant writer has done an amazing job of pro bono, but it's hopefully going to turn into a paid position in time. But we have many people that believe in our cause and believe in helping this demographic of people, and they have done an amazing effort to help pull this together. We have another pro bono job where we are editing the website and adding some really great features with Infosys, a global website company that is helping us. We're just so grateful for all the people that really want to help this community connection. And that's really what it is connecting communities. And this is a global issue. It's not just a Connecticut issue, as the demographic of people are aging.
Yeah, for sure, it's a global issue. I'm very aware of that, and I think the issue is even bigger in the more developed countries where we all became more individualized. Because when I was living in South Africa, um, elders are treated differently, respected differently, and they're very much a part of the community as well. And it's just a different a culture that's right there. And I know that there are many countries where that is the case, but there are also people in those countries that still need help. So yeah, I totally think it's a global thing. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It does vary culturally, so we have a new board member that is from India, and he's like, this would be a great thing to have back in India. And so we really are looking beyond Connecticut, where our headquarters is here in Connecticut, and that's where we started the organization. But like I said, we're starting to grow outside of Connecticut and then go beyond as we can.
I love it. Okay. Michelle, the time is almost up. So before we close it down today, tell me, is there a closing statement you want to make? Is there something we didn't talk about that you still want to raise, or, anything that needs to be brought up? Let me know.
Well, I think if anyone out there is looking for a way to invest in the future of people that are in need of help, and we are a great opportunity for you to invest in your own community.
Love that. Love that. And all donations can go through the website youarecommunitycares.org. And if people are watching this and from all over the world, and they feel like this is something I need to get involved in, whether it's in their country or with you, they can also reach out there. And right now it is still 100% non-profit, and this might change, but it's also very much in need for funds to grow this great cause.
Yep, we are a 501c3
I
nonprofit.
don't know what it is, but it sounds good.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me today.
It was my pleasure, Michelle, and keep me posted, and maybe we should set a date for over 2 years when everything is up and running globally.
Love that. Thank you. That would be wonderful.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow, same platform, bit later. See you. Bye-bye.